Hey guys, welcome to and welcome back to my channel. My name is India, and in today's video I will be giving you my top 12 go-to foods for weight loss. I did a video similar to this one a little over 2 years ago, so I will leave that link for you. Anytime I'm referencing a video in this video, I will always leave a link for you. So you guys be reminded to check out my description box and be sure you're looking at all the resources. I am not a medical professional. I am not a dietitian. So what I'm giving you is a list that helps me. This list is customized to me. It's not going to help everyone, but this is something that helped me along my way and on my journey to weight loss. Every food on this list is not going to be healthy. Every food on this list is not going to be ideal. It's not your ideal health food. So I'm just putting that out there right now. I don't want a lot of comments, saying what's healthy, what's not. That's not what I'm doing. This is specifically for weight loss, not necessarily for health, but you will notice a trend on this list. A lot of these foods, they do have health benefits, but just miss me with the comments about what's healthy, what's not. I took a very non-traditional approach to weight loss. If you don't know about my weight loss history, I will leave that video for you down below, but I have been on a weight loss train for a very long time. It started when I was 12 years old. I won't go through my whole history, but I've been on the ups and downs of weight loss. I would lose a little bit of weight, I would gain it back plus some. So I will say this, this is the first time around where I've lost a massive amount of weight and I've been able to maintain my weight loss, okay? So I've lost nearly 120 pounds and I've been maintaining my weight loss for a few years now. I say that so we're trying to eliminate the troll comments about, oh, that is so unhealthy and you can't lose weight while eating that. That's what I'm eliminating, right? Just use my success to know that my list is pretty valid and I don't have to prove anything else. So without further ado, let's get into this list. Number 12, ground turkey. And I'm talking about a more lean version of ground turkey. Yes, it can be dry, but if you season it up, doll it up, depending on what you're making it with and what you're making it for, it is a really good substitute for some of the more fatty, more calorically dense meats. I'll give you an example. If you're using a lean version of ground turkey, you're looking at about 120 calories per serving. Okay, say you're eating 3 servings of that. That's going to give you about 360 calories. If you are eating a more fatty version of ground beef, you're looking at 210 calories per serving. So you have 360 calories versus 630 calories. And so when these servings are adding up, the calories are adding up as well. And at the end of the day, you must be in a calorie deficit in order to achieve weight loss. Of course, we're not going to talk about, different versions of weight loss, fasting and all that. But all those things combined, if you are not in a calorie deficit, it really doesn't matter. And not to mention, ground turkey is very versatile. You can make versions of spaghetti with it. You can make tacos. You can do a lot with ground turkey. And so that's why I like using it, just to keep down on the calories for the overall meal. Number 11, potatoes. Y'all, I love potatoes. They have saved me so much on my weight loss journey. I don't know why, but there's this big debate on whether or not potatoes are considered a vegetable. I will tell you right now, 100% potatoes are actually a root vegetable that are grown. Potatoes are root vegetables and they are grown. Potatoes are from nature, and so I don't know why that's a debate. There are so many benefits to eating potatoes. Potatoes are very nutrient dense. Potatoes have a wide variety of vitamins, minerals, and micronutrients. Potatoes are high in vitamin C, which is an antioxidant, and it's also a good source of potassium, which are good for electrolytes. Potatoes are just so good in its natural form, and it is very filling. That's one of the things that's real important for me throughout my journey of weight loss and weight maintenance. I have to be satisfied and satiated from all my meals. And so I think potatoes get a bad rep because they're considered a starchy vegetable, and they're also associated with things like mashed potatoes, french fries, and those things aren't associated with health foods. Number 10, soups. Any kind of soups, really, but specifically, I'm talking about like the broth based soups, chicken broth, beef broth, that sort of thing, chicken noodle soup, like the broth based soups. Soups are great because they're mostly liquid, so therefore, it's keeping you hydrated and keeping you full. Now, you will notice a trend with my list. I'm going to be listing a lot of foods that are very good on calories, right? And so I try to stay away from foods that are more so calorie dense. And so, with that being said, I eat for volume, right? Foods that are low in calories but high in volume. And so you'll notice that trend throughout. And that's been one of my biggest things with weight loss. It's just, I don't want to be hungry after every meal, and that's why I failed in past attempts because I was too busy restricting. Number 9, and I want to kind of be specific with this. Number 9, canned vegetables. Um, Canned vegetables get a bad rep, and before you blow up my comments telling me about the preservatives or the sodium associated with the canned vegetables or canned foods in general, like I already know. But canned vegetables are convenient. They're easy. We all use the excuse that it costs a lot to eat healthy, or it's just an inconvenience to have to cook all the time. And this is where canned vegetables come in. Canned vegetables are nutritionally similar to both frozen and fresh vegetables. The thing about fresh produce is that it loses its nutrients while in transportation to the store and while it waits to be purchased and consumed. Number 8, egg whites. I love adding egg whites to my meal, whether it's breakfast, dinner, lunch. It adds volume so you can eat a good amount. It has a good amount of protein, and so it's just a good addition to any meal. Number 7, any kind of zero sugar drinks or any kind of diet drinks. This is another one that gets a bad rep. Obviously, nothing's going to be more healthy than just drinking water, but for a lot of people, that is not going to be realistic. We consume a lot, and I mean a lot of liquid calories. We just don't pay attention to it, especially these drinks that are very high in sugar. They pack so many calories. So any kind of diet drink, any kind of zero sugar drink, just to count or to kind of kick back on those liquid calories, it is going to be so helpful, and it will make a huge difference in your overall daily calorie intake. So just to give you a few ideas, I'm talking, sparkling water, unsweet tea, that sort of thing. Number 6, this is a random one, but it's a pretty big deal in my book, sugar-free syrup. And this goes along the line with like just a lot of the condiments that we're using. I try to find a sugar-free alternative for everything because you don't realize how many calories you are saving when you do that. Again, it might not be the healthiest option, right? Some people might say just don't eat syrup, just don't eat whatever. But for a lot of people, that's just not a realistic goal to set. So sugar-free syrup, I like PB2, just things and different, condiments to replace the higher calorie condiments. And I get creative with my sugar-free syrup, right? Not only am I using it for my pancakes, French toast, or whatever, but I'll also drizzle it on like some of my sweet potatoes or whatever I need to kick up a little bit. I love the stuff. I think it tastes great, and so that's one of my hacks I use. So you don't sleep on the sugar-free syrup now. Do not sleep on it. Number 5, and again, we're going along with like the sugar-free themes here. Sugar-free pudding or sugar-free jello. I put it kind of in the same category. A lot of the times after I eat a meal, I want some kind of dessert. And you can just get creative with any kind of sugar-free pudding to create some kind of bowl, some kind of dessert, or something just to kind of soothe that sweet tooth you might have, or to kind of curb your cravings a little bit. So I use it. It is a staple in my house. I love it. It tastes just as good as the full sugar, full fat version. Number 4, and I debated on whether or not I wanted to add this to my list, but it deserves its own slot. Number 4, coffee. Y'all, coffee is such a good appetite suppressant. A lot of people talk about like meal replacements or, smoothies, that sort of thing. And I get it. A lot of people need smoothies to really get in their nutrients. I don't have a problem with eating my nutrients and eating my calories. And so coffee is good because it suppresses my appetite. I'm a faster. I don't eat 3 meals a day. Sometimes I might not even eat every day. Go check out my fasting playlist. I do 48-hour fast, 3-day fast. I might do a 36-hour fast. But coffee helps me so much just with suppressing my appetite. I haven't had anything yet that suppresses my appetite like coffee. And it's just very fulfilling. It's enjoyable, and you get a lot of more benefits by drinking coffee as well. Number 3, baked chicken. I don't know. Lately, I've been just into like a rotisserie chicken, baked chicken, any kind of oven roasted, air fried chicken. It's just been a staple. And I keep using that word, but it's true. Some of these things on this list, I don't even go a week without having because it helps me so much on my journey. Chicken is high in protein. Your body breaks down protein differently than it breaks down any other macronutrients, so it's very beneficial. It stays with you. Protein is good for your muscles, all that jazz. Like, you already know all this, but baked chicken, that's number 3. That is a big deal. Y'all, we are getting down to the top 2. If you know anything about me, my guy, you should know what 2 and 1 is. Number 2, fruit. My goodness. Fruits are so nutrient dense and they are very low in calories, right? So I use fruits to add volume to any meal. I don't like eating anything without a fruit. Some kind of something from nature. I don't like eating anything without it. So if I'm having a breakfast and it's a pancake or whatever, I say a pancake. Y'all, I don't eat one pancake. I eat like 5. But that's another story. But if it's like some pancakes or something, I just don't want the pancakes. Because usually the old version of me would eat pancakes, eggs, sausage, and like a lot with it. And of course, when you do that, you're going to go over your calories. You're not going to maintain weight. You're not going to lose weight. So if I have something like pancakes, I like pairing it with some kind of fruit medley. Mixed fruit, fresh fruit, strawberries, watermelon. Like, there are such a large variety of different fruits. You don't even have to eat the same fruit every day. Like, you can switch it up, try a new fruit you've never heard of. But and I don't have to get into the health benefits of eating fruit. We're gonna get into the debate that fruit has sugar in it, and back and forth. That's not even necessary. Save it. Don't do it. Number 1, vegetables. Now, I know I talked about potatoes earlier, and I talked specifically about canned vegetables, but number 1 are just vegetables in general. Just like I was saying, I add vegetables to everything I eat to create volume. We get told you have to eat less in order to achieve weight loss, right? Just eat less food, step back from the table. Not necessarily. When you're eating vegetables and fruits and foods that are just so nutrient dense, you can eat more of them. Eat more. If you're hungry, eat more. Eat more vegetables. When a lot of people hear vegetables, their mind goes directly to just like a raw vegetable, like raw broccoli. That's all they think about when you think vegetables. You can do so much with vegetables. You can season them. You can create a big colorful salad. You can roast your vegetables, right? There's so much you can do with vegetables. One of the things I like, one of the hacks, if you will, rice cauliflower, right? So just recently, I made me some grits, right? But it wasn't enough. Like, it just wasn't a big bowl, and I knew I was hungry, and I knew I didn't want to eat double the amount of grits that I would typically eat. So I made my grits, and then I created volume by mixing some rice cauliflower in it. The good thing about cauliflower is that it takes on the flavor of whatever you're adding it to. So I can add it to oatmeal, I can add it to grits, I can add it to actual rice and just combine it, and it's like you're eating double, but for not all the calories. So I hope this makes some kind of sense, but I love vegetables. They are essential in my diet, and in just mentally, it helps me not go crazy, because diet can be very mentally exhausting, especially when you're trying to maintain weight and you just want to eat cookies all day. You know, you can wheel it back in, eat some vegetables, get your mind sound. Sometimes when we're hungry, we don't think straight. Stop being hungry, eat some vegetables. And guys, I can't just leave you there. I do have a bonus for you. There were some things that were on the list that I did when I did this like over 2 years ago. And obviously I've been maintaining my weight, y'all. I'm just saying. But you can compare the two videos. So I'm going to include 5 things that I added to that list that wasn't on this list. Chia seeds, oatmeal. I had whole eggs on there. So this time around I had the egg whites, but I did have whole eggs on my list. And popcorn. That is a big one. So when you get into like your little snacky mode and you don't necessarily want to grab a bag of chips, popcorn is one of those things that you can eat. You can eat more of for less calories. That's the trend for today, y'all. We are trying to keep down on these calories we're taking in. That is it for today's video. I sincerely hope you guys enjoyed it. On this channel, I like talking about my personal weight loss journey, just me overall in general as a person, family, food, overall wellness. So if that's something that interests you, consider subscribing to my page. Thank you guys for watching. Good luck on your journeys, and I will see you in the next one.
I got biscotti and froze, big boss like I'm rose. Ice and Winnie's, that's a domain. Low baddie, yeah, she homemade. Rep my city at the home game. Up and down and go both ways. And the sprinter is taking up both lanes. Hop in, we zooming, the package be booming. Yeah, we got it, got it. She picky and choosing in love with the moment. Yeah, we got it, got it.